Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi everyone, I'm Dini Wahyuni and my friends.
Hildayatun Nisa.
We from class 01.
We will present about analysis teacher problems related to learning device based on inquiry models and student problems related to problem-solving ability in biological learning in high school.
Before I start, does anyone know about education? Education is important for realizing the progress of in a national and education an important role in determining the quality of citizen. To get a good quality education when the learning process in class takes place with effective and students are able to master the material well. To get it all cannot be separated from the learning tools owned by the teacher. Learning tools can be used as a reference in teaching and learning activities in class. Examples of learning tools are syllabus, lesson plans, teaching material, learning media, student worksheet, and evaluation in accordance with the applicable curriculum. And the obstacle so far in the file is that the teacher does not carry out the learning tools that should, because it makes students not focused and not excited to learn. The learning practice that have occurred so far should use an inquiry model because it refers to the process of evidence. Inquiry advises the maximum student activity to seek and find, where this model places student as learning subject. In the learning process, students do not only act as recipients of the lesson through the teacher's verbal explanation, but they play a role in finding the essence of the subject matter themselves. Biology material not only equips students with concept knowledge, but also scientific skill, one of which is through practicum activities. Practical activities that are carried out must be adjusted to the existing curriculum to a scientific approach so that students can find out the procedure, process, and method of scientific work.
Right, let's move on to point number 3, problem solving skill. The using the inquiry method encourages students to build understand of scientific concept to develop thinking, reasoning, discussion, and scientific skill that can support students. Above problem solving skill. Then I will look at the type of this research was used distribution of questionnaires and interview directly. The sampling technique in this study used a need analysis instrument for teacher and student with a survey method, with research instrument in the form of the questionnaires and directional interview. The data obtained from questionnaires and interview will be analyzed successively.
Does anyone have any question before I move? This graph, it can be seen that the level of teacher understanding of learning tools is in the pure category, where the teacher's understanding of syllabus is in the poor category with a percentage of 75%. Lesson plans for the last category are 18%, teaching material 76%, as categories 18.7, less meaning media 7.5, less category worksheet and 89% less category evaluation or assessment. From this percentage, it is known that the teacher understanding of learning tools is still a lot of obstacle. In this graph, it can be seen that student problem-solving abilities in SMA Negeri 1 Muara Badak, the category was less than 80%. SMA Negeri 3 Samarinda was in the poor category at 85%, and SMA Negeri 5 Samarinda was in the poor category by 88%. So it can be said that the students are still lacking in problem solving in the learning process. So it can be said the students are still lacking in problem solving in the learning process. Learning tool as a reference for learning activities. Learning using the inquiry method is an empowering learning tool, and inquiry method can improve student about problem solving skill.
And finally, conclusion is learning device using the inquiry method can make students more focused and motivated in finding and solving problems in learning. That brings me to the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening and your attention.